On the radio, I heard this group called Winter Wilson, and they were singing a song called Tumble Down, and I thought it was just the most fantastic song, and I made a little mental note. You know, if ever anybody asks me about this group from the UK called Winter Wilson and gives me a chance to book them, I gotta do that. I never really expected it to happen because, you know, you hear people on the radio and from far, far away, and they just never make it to Kitchener-Waterloo. But lo and behold, I got an email from Dave Wilson one day last year who said, "We're thinking we'd like to play a couple of shows in Ontario, and would you be at all interested in hiring this UK group that you've probably never heard of?" And of course I leapt at the chance. These guys have 11 albums that they've released. They've been on tour with Fairport Convention. They've become known as a terrific harmony duo, and Dave in particular is a terrific songwriter, and it's just such a pleasure to have them here tonight. Please welcome to Folk Night at the Registry to start season 16, Winter Wilson.
Sweat runs down my forehead, dripping off my nose. Too damn hot for working, but I got to make the garden grow. Feeling a little touchy, the heat it's getting me down. Waiting on the free old doctor to come rolling into town. Here come the free old doctor to get you through the day. When your brain's getting fried and you're edging tired, you know the doc will blow your troubles away. You hardly notice her coming. She's so subtle, she's so smooth. She'll take the ache out of your shoulders. She'll take the black out of your blues. You see that smile returning, you feel that twitching around your chin. Only one explanation for that revelation: the doctor's come around again. Here come the free old doctor to get you through the day. When your brain's getting fried and you're edgy and tired, you know the doc will blow your troubles away. Mother Nature, she saw the problem. She knew what she had to do. For now, every man can sit at home by a fine drinking liquor and keeping cool. She kept her eye on the poor folks toiling underneath the midday sun, and she sent in a breeze the troubles to ease. Yeah, the doc, she knows her medicine. Here come the free old doctor to get you through the day. When your brain's getting fried and you're edgy and tired, you know the doc will blow your troubles away. Ah, you can rely on the doctor to get you through the day. When your brain's getting fried and you're edgy and tired, you know the doc will blow your troubles away. Ah, the doc will blow your troubles away. Yeah, the doc will blow your troubles away.
He's left me. This song, now is your chance to really sing. This song has a chorus. Bless you. It starts with the chorus, and the chorus comes around a lot. And quite frankly, if you don't join in, I may get bored and just fall asleep. I've had about 5 hours sleep in the last 48 hours, so anything could happen, quite frankly. This song, it's called The Angry Mother. And all I'm saying is, Every single word is true. This is your chorus. I'll give it 6 months, you've got nothing in common. Or maybe a year, 'cause you never give in. And when it's all done and you come running home crying, I'll still be your mother, but I've never liked him. You had a good life, you had all that you needed, a husband who loved you so steady and strong. But it wasn't enough, settled down didn't suit you. Seeking adventure, you found it in song. I'll give it 6 months, you've got nothing in common. Or maybe a year, 'cause you never give in. And when it's all done and you come running home crying, I'll still be your mother, but I've never liked him. Melodrama. Where did I go wrong? I tried so hard to raise you, to teach you my ways, how to be a good wife. But you never would listen, you always knew better. Now I'll just have to watch as you ruin your life. I'll give it 6 months, you've got nothing in common. Or maybe a year, 'cause you never give in. And when it's all done and you come running home crying, I'll still be your mother, but I've never liked him. If your father was here, he'd be blowing a gasket. And when he was mad, who knows what he could do? He was wild, he was foreign, and God knows I loved him. I can still see his smile when I'm looking at you. But I'll give it 6 months, you've got nothing in common. Or maybe a year, 'cause you never give in. And when it's all done and you come running home crying, I'll still be your mother, but I've never liked him. Fast forward in time, nearly 30 years later, I wonder what Mary would make of the scene. For we're still here together and many years married, still laughing, still singing, still living the dream. But she gave us 6 months, we had nothing in common. Or maybe a year, 'cause I never give in. And I went home often, both laughing and crying. And just as a footnote, she really loved him. Thank you. Well sung. And just in case there was any doubt in any of your minds, the angry mother in question was mine. And I always feel I have to explain the verse about my dad. So my mum was 4'10", about 70 pounds dripping wet, of Outer Hebridean firebrand, from a small island off the northwest coast of Scotland. My dad was from Fife, on the mainland of Scotland, and therefore, as far as my mum's family were concerned, he was foreign, and they didn't like him at all. Sadly, my dad died very young, and for the rest of her life, whenever I did something that my mum liked, she would say, "Oh, you're your father's daughter." And whenever I did anything she didn't like, "You're just like your father."
I always feel I have to set the record straight here as well. She did learn to love me in the end. This is truth. And the way I won her over, not actually intentionally, but this is how it worked out. Every Saturday, Kip used to go and do Mary's shopping for her, or take her shopping. But one particular weekend, she was staying at Kip's brother's, Bob's. And so Kip had gone to do her shopping by herself. So I thought, well, rather than go on her own, I went with her. And when we got to Mary's house, because she wasn't there, I helped carry the shopping in. And when I went into put the shopping into the kitchen, I noticed that she got a leaky tap. And so I went over and I fixed the tap. And as soon as she found out that it was me that had fixed the tap, she realised there was value in the relationship and started speaking to me. And that is true, absolutely true.
I said she was angry. I didn't say she was stupid.
Fair comment. Can't really argue with that. Fair comment. The song's called Home, and we've often had a discussion about what is home. What do you call home? And we were talking about it earlier on with somebody else actually. And we live in Sleaford in Lincolnshire, back in the UK, which is where I was born and bred. I ran away for a short time. I ran away for 5 years to live in Newark in Nottinghamshire, which, if anybody knows that area, you will realise it's about 25 minutes away from Sleaford. But it's just over the border. But I couldn't cope and went back to Sleaford. But anyway, and so I always thought, Sleaford was where you were born. But you...
I didn't even manage to be born in the same country that my parents lived in at the time, okay? It was a bad day out.
Kip's been... I hate to say this, but it always comes out wrong. I was going to say Kip's been around, but that's the wrong thing to say. Entirely the wrong thing to say. So you've lived in a lot of places, sweetheart, haven't you? Yeah. She does death stare workshops at festivals. You know how some people do singing workshops? She does death stare workshops. But anyway, we was having this discussion about home, and that's where this song comes from. It's quite a new song, and yeah, give it a go. As she climbed the stairs to bed, she said, "Your home is in your head. It's not where you were born, it's in the clothes that you have on. Maybe it's a point of view, a feeling washing over you, a sorrow hanging off your bones, a longing for a place you can't call home." Home is not a stone set in the ground, it's not a name placed on a town, it's not a number on a door, somewhere you have been before. It might well be something new, a place you're always headed to, a candle burning in the dark, a bench to lie on in a park. What is home? What is home? If home is where your heart is, what if your heart's been broken? 1,000 tiny pieces cast adrift upon an ocean. What if your life has been a never-ending trek? You don't know where you're headed for, you just know you're not there yet. What is home? What is home? Have you ever had that feeling of being buried underground? You feel like you're screaming, yet no one hears a sound. Your feet dragging molasses. You try, but you can't run. You need a friend to talk to. There isn't anyone. What is home? What is home? Have you ever walked 1,000 miles with everything you own strapped to your back? You lived your life in limbo, no way forward, no way back. They'll tell you you're not wanted here. You please, they fall on deafened ears. You feel you've lived 100 years, the product of 1,000,000 tears. What is home? What is home? So I turn off the television and I make my way upstairs, and I climb into a warm bed beside her lying there. She mutters and she mumbles as she tumbles in her dreams, and I get the inclination that this is what it means. What it means. Yeah, this is home. I am home. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, following on from the last two really, so from my mother and her home in the Outer Hebrides, and also from the concept of home, this song tells the story of an emigrant ship that left Stornoway, my hometown, I think of it as, 100 years ago, 21st of April 1923. And on board were 300 young islanders from the Isle of Lewis who had answered adverts placed in the Stornoway Gazette by the Canadian government for strong young farming men to go and make their fortune working the land in Canada. And one of the people who answered that advert and came on the Metagamma was my great-great-uncle, Callum Macmillan, from the village of Laxdale. And he actually settled in Ontario. And his descendants have remained here ever since, as far as I know. So this song is sort of for them. It has a chorus, which Dave will now tell you.
No pressure. I'm not very good with choruses until you've actually sung through the verse, and then you get to it. You
Don't make excuses.
Have this run up. I'll do my best. You might need a pen and paper. It's quite a long one. Look at me now. I'm 1,000 miles from home, on board the Metagamma, ploughing through the foam. My heart it aches for Lewis, my mother and my dad, but I'd cross the rolling ocean for my handsome farmer lad. Yes, it is a bit puke-worthy, I know. You might get a little bit seasick singing it. If you just sway from side to side, that'd be great. But no, if you just get handsome farmer lad, that'd be wonderful. Please join in.
Join in
great.
whenever you like.
This is going to come unstuck one of these days,
I know
you
it is,
realise.
yeah. Strong farmers' lads were wanting, that's what the papers said. The soil is soft and fertile, it'll keep your children fed. His eyes lit like a beacon, sold at once was he. If you love me, then you'll follow, for it's Canada for me. Look at me now, I'm
on board the Metrogama, plowing through the foam.
My heart it aches,
My heart it aches for Lewis, my mother and my dad. But I'd cross the rolling ocean for my handsome farmer lad.
He told me I was beautiful when I was just 16. A rose cannot compare with you, my darling, sweet Christine. I was called hook, line and sinker by his good looks and his charm.
Now I'm bound for Canada
And working on the farm.
Give it a try.
Look at me now, I'm 1,000 miles from home, on board the Metrogama, plowing through the foam. My heart it aches for Lewis, my mother and my dad. But I'd cross the rolling ocean for my handsome farmer lad.
Lovely.
I'm not alone upon this voyage. There's me and hundreds more. The wild Atlantic Ocean is the opening of the door. Prosperity is waiting. There's riches to be had. But I struck gold the day I met my handsome farmer lad. Last chance.
Look at me now, I'm 1,000 miles from home, on board the Metrogama, plowing through the foam. My heart it aches for Lewis, my mother and my dad. But I'd cross the rolling ocean for my handsome farmer lad.
Well sung. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And now the sequel to that song. You got tumble down after that. A music journalist friend of ours in England, Nigel Schofield, when he heard this story, told me that the Metrogama song was the first song he'd ever found out about that had come back and bitten somebody on the backside. And it has, because there was another guy on that same journey, a man called Hector Nicholson from the village of Gershadar. And Hector came over, worked as a logger in Quebec, didn't like it, understandably, worked his way down through the States to New York, where, along with another guy also from Lewis, he got a job as a stoker on a steamship. And he went all the way round the Horn and the wrong way round back to the UK. And he eventually married and settled back in the village of Sandwick on the Isle of Lewis. But his descendants, until recently, didn't know where he was during 1928, early 1929. And we now do. for at least 4 minutes.
Something like that.
Because during that time, he became my grandfather. I'm just speaking from personal experience. So anyway.
What else did he do? I mean, he could have done a crossword as well. Carry on.
So, my mum was illegitimate. My granny had gone from the Isle of Lewis to Glasgow in service, and she came home in shame. And to his eternal credit, my great-grandfather said, it's not the baby's fault. You come home, we bring the baby up. And that baby was my mum. And my mum never knew who her father was. And she's been dead for 15 years now, but last year I did a DNA test, thinking, it might give me some sort of a guide, I might at least find out where he came from. Not only did I find out where he came from, but I got a message from a lady in Vancouver saying, what the hell is going on here? We are really closely related. And then she did some more digging, and her father had done a DNA test, and you're even closer related to my dad. And so her dad, Alex, is my mum's half-brother. Alex will be 91 in a couple of weeks' time. And on Tuesday of this week, we met him. And he was amazing. He's deaf as a post.
But as sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a very, very sharp thing, and still has a really, really strong Stornoway accent. But anyway, Dave had written me this song, and the song is called Halfway Round the World, and it just came true.
And it's amazing how much alike Kip does look to her cousin, actually.
Yeah.
I was never told all of the story, always been looking for clues. Everything that I found out, you didn't know I knew. I'm certain you'd have been horrified, you covered your scars with shame. But mother dear, oh mother dear, nobody was to blame. I put two and two together, came up with what was it for. I've always had a yearning to go peeking behind locked doors. Oh, how times they have moved on, you wouldn't believe the change. But I have a cousin, or maybe half a dozen, and I think I need to explain. I did the test and all of the rest is history, so they say. We joined the dots, found out what was lost, and soon I'll be on my way. For blood runs thicker than water, and there's someone I need to meet. Halfway round the world there's another girl, and they say that she looks like, say that she looks like, say that she looks like me. Never know all of the answers, so I fill in the dots myself. I've always been a romancer, I like a good story to tell. I'd like to think that they fell in love, both lonely and far from home. A familiar voice to help fill the void, it was better than being alone. I did the test and all of the rest is history, so they say. We joined the dots, found out what was lost, and soon I'll be on my way. For blood runs thicker than water, and there's someone I need to meet. Halfway round the world there's another girl, and they say that she looks like, say that she looks like, say that she looks like me. None of this will change the way that we feel about the man who brought you up. He treated you like you were his own, showered you with love. For crying out loud, you did him proud, you were the apple of his eye. You never questioned who was your father, and I'm not same. We've joined the dots, found out what was lost, and soon I'll be on my way. For blood runs thicker than water, and there's someone I need to meet. Halfway round the world there's another girl, and they say that she looks like, say that she looks like, say that she looks like me. I was never told all of the story. I've always been looking for clues.
Thank you. So we're just going to do one more song for you, and this is the one that we have to do, otherwise we don't get out.
Jack very kindly requested this.
Yes. We don't have any physical CDs with us on this trip. We had some made over here last time, and people were saying, oh, we don't buy CDs because we do downloads, and we thought, oh, all right. So we've got some left in Calgary from the last trip, but we've got a lot of internal flights on this trip, and seeing as the guitar has managed to get lost twice already, we've had enough of that.
We had a 7 o'clock dash over to Toronto this morning to get the guitar, which didn't arrive with us yesterday. So,
yeah.
And when we arrived 2 weeks last Tuesday in Vancouver, the guitar was still in Seattle. It's not gone well so far.
No, it's been a great trip. But no, I mean, other than that, it has been a wonderful trip. But what we have,
Yes.
So normally a CD would cost you about $20, and we have download codes which you can buy for $10, which gets you a CD with the last 2 albums that we released are there, and as well as getting you all the music onto whatever device you want, you also get all of the artwork, all of the lyrics, all of the stories behind the songs, all of that sort of thing that you can download. If you do want physical CDs, you can go to our website, which is winterwilson.com. You can order them there and they will be posted to you. And there's a list of what songs are on what CDs at the merch desk, manned by the lovely Ellen. So please feel free. We'll leave you with this one for now, and we'll see you in a little while.
Yeah, the song, I wrote the song many years ago. It was written after reading an article about the battle for Tumbledown Mountain in the Falklands War. And the chorus is, there's a storm around Tumbledown tonight. I'm sure you'll get it. Only 19, he's young and so keen he couldn't wait. Sailing out with the boys, all the cheers and the noise, he didn't hesitate.
He finished his training and he knew what to do. It's just like an exercise, home in a week, maybe 2.
And the rain clouds gather as they were landing.
They were told, here's the test.
Said we're headed for Tumbledown.
Come on boys, do your best. For there's glory in victory, it's there for the taking. We'll all be remembered, it's history we're making.
And still the rain clouds gather.
There's a storm around Tumbledown tonight.
Have a go.
There's a storm around Tumbledown tonight.
Shells cracked like thunder,
All around them they fell.
and the bullets poured down on them
Like a rainstorm from hell. What am I doing here? He asked himself why. I'm only 19, Lord, I'm too young to die.
And still the rain clouds gather.
There's a storm around Tumble Down tonight. There's a storm around Tumble Down tonight.
An Argentine bullet, so swift and so true. It ended that poor boy's life in a second or two.
And now he'll no more suffer the fear and the pain. He'll never no more see the shores of England again.
And still the rain clouds gather.
There's a storm around Tumble Down tonight. There's a storm around Tumble Down tonight.
There's a storm,
around Tumble Down tonight.
There's a storm
around Tumble Down tonight. Oh, tonight.
Thank you very much indeed. Well sung. We'll see you in a little while.